welcome back to Real English, and today we're back with the ECPE exam, and this time I'm going to be doing something kind of new, okay? In this video we're going to be looking at ECPE, the GCVR, and we're going to be doing Q&A. I've been getting lots and lots of questions from you guys out there, and in this video I'm just going to kind of like answer a couple of the most common ones I get, and maybe give you a little bit of advice on how to tackle these issues, because there are some really useful things cropping up here. Alright, so let's have a look at the first question I get asked a lot. Okay, so in the GCVR, okay, you have obviously the grammar, the close, the vocabulary, and the reading. Yeah, you've got 4 things to do. You've got 75 minutes to do it. The biggest problem you have is how long do you spend on each section? Okay, you guys keep asking me this, and to be honest, I can't answer that question. The reason why is because it really depends on you as a student. Some students are very strong grammatically, they get their highest marks in the grammar, and because of that maybe it's worthwhile spending a little bit more time on this area. Other people, you know, are just like walking dictionaries, and they just they're through that vocabulary in like 10 minutes. And so it really does vary from, you know, student to student. And again, even with the reading, which usually obviously takes the candidates the longest, some people are fast readers, some people just are not, okay, and they'll always run out of time like on the last reading. So what can you do? Okay, you can practice. This is the one thing, you know, there are lots of test books out there with practice tests, and this is one of the reasons why you should be doing these practice tests, to, you know, actually check how long you need for each part. If you ran out of time, why did you run out of time? Was it because you spent 45 minutes on the reading? If this is the case, that's not good. That is too long. I would generally say, and you know, here it is, generally, rule of thumb, the grammar, 15 minutes. The close, 15 minutes. Vocabulary, 15 minutes. That's us on 45 minutes, and that gives you half an hour to do the readings. If you stick to that as a rough guide, yeah, that'll be okay. And really, half an hour isn't really enough to get through all the readings, but you do have to remember, out of 120 marks, it is only 20. Yeah, it's a difficult question to answer, guys. There we go. And then kind of linked to the last question is this one. People say, where should I start? Should I start from the reading? It's really up to you. Some students prefer doing this. Again, make sure if you're doing it this way, don't just have an epiphany and go, on the exam day, I'm going to do the exam differently today. No, 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 no. Don't do that ever. Don't just try a new thing on the day of the exam because your friend outside the exam said, oh yeah, I saw this video online, and yeah, someone said to do it like this, I'm doing it like that today. Stick to the way that you know, okay, and that you have practiced. That is my advice. Some people like starting from the reading. That's kind of cool. If you're doing it that way, make sure you're putting your answers in the right place. Because if everything is one back or one forward, you'll get to the last reading, go, hang on a minute, and you'll be like, rubbing out like a maniac. Have to be careful with that one. And also, the danger of this is really keep an eye on your time, because you can say, yeah, finished reading, it only took me 15 minutes. 50 minutes? What? Oh my God, I've only got 25 minutes left. Don't do it, okay? It is dangerous. Time management is crucial. After 35 minutes, if you're starting with the reading, stop and go on to the grammar and all the rest of it, please. Are the answers in the reading section in order? Well, a lot of you have come from doing like Cambridge exams, like B2 level, and you're trying to get the ECP proficiency. If you're, you know, a Cambridge fanboy, a lot of the time the answers are in order. In ECPE, generally speaking these days, you know, you've got your short little text, you've got your 5 questions. Most of the time they're in order. Some of the time, yeah, question 1 might be halfway down. So the answer here is not always. Most of the time yes, but not always. And again, here it comes down to scanning through the questions quickly before you read the passage, finding out your keywords, and then finding the answer in the text. And usually, let's face it, finding where the answer is in ECPE is usually fairly straightforward. The problem is understanding what you're reading. You're like, what? There's some words there that you don't know perhaps. So that's the tricky thing. But anyway, that's a completely different video. Do I get time to transfer my answers to the answer sheet at the end? Man, oh man, have I heard some classic stories here. The answer is no, you do not. Especially in the GCVR. You get no time. Therefore, make sure as you go, you're writing your answer down. Yeah? There's no need to spend the last like 5-10 minutes of the exam going trying to get your answers down. I've seen loads of students come out of the exam, some of them, not mine thankfully, but still it's terrible to see people crying, and you can see them, you know, saying, oh, I realized everything, all my answers were out of sync, I had to rub them all out, I don't know if I got them in the right place. This is the kind of stress that you do not need, okay? You don't get extra time. It is confusing for candidates because in the listening, they do give you time to transfer your answers. But in the GCVR, you get none, okay? And, oh, yes, that causes some confusion. Can I go to the toilet? Well, yes, it's 75 minutes, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of nerves. You can go to the toilet whenever you want. But there's a catch. The clock does not stop. In other words, if you go in there for like a semi-holiday and have an enjoyable time and spend 15 minutes doing whatever you are doing in there, well, you've just lost 15 minutes. You no longer have 75, you've got 60. So, yes, you can go to the toilet whenever you want. Keep it fast, keep it quick. Try and go beforehand. And obviously, you know, common sense. Don't just drink like 4 liters of Coca-Cola before you go into the exam, because, yeah, then you're going to be peeing like a racehorse. Not good. Do I use pencil or pen? Well, these kinds of questions you don't really need to ask me anymore, because what they've started doing, I think from last year, is now they have an intro, even with the ECCE and the ECPE. The first half an hour of the exam, when you go in, usually if your exam's at 9, they'll take you in at 8:30, or they'll take you in at 9 and you'll start at like 9:30, and the first half an hour is them giving you instructions, making sure you're happy, making sure your mobile phones are off, and all these kinds of things. So they'll address all these questions in that like little intro section. So if there's anything that you're not sure about on the day of the exam, bam! You can just put your hand up and ask. Woohoo! Clever. But to answer this question, long story short, pencil! Yes, please. So, if you have any other questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Apart from that, I hope this video has been very, very useful. And of course, as I said, anything else, please send us a comment, or any experiences that you've had in the ECPE exam that you think other students should be aware of, please send us a comment. That's the whole idea, that people watch these videos and get as prepared for this exam as they possibly can. Anyway, signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.